And now for our featured presentation.
Alright guys, so we're gonna have a seafood party. So I'm just gonna cook these noodles for lunch and me and mama are just gonna have a good time. So because the noodles require a lot of, well, a good amount of water to really soaking, we decided to make it separately. So mine is right here, and we're gonna just cook mommy's one.
Yeah,
She
because
doesn't
it's
want too
on the
much
thicker
water.
side. Yeah, I don't love mine too soggy with too much
The
water.
thing is, and I mean, what I do, I always put back out the water. So a majority of it, I throw the water out, and then the water is left is for the soup. I know you want a little bit of, no, not a little bit. You like to have your flavor, so you want it to be in the base. You want the soup to be in the base, to be as the base.
Yeah, while Jordan, she don't necessarily like the water part of it.
Because there's these noodles that the Koreans, they have their noodles, they have a little bit of water, and the noodles just have everything. It have the sauce and all put in egg. But I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Right? No, I don't do well with the soggy egg.
I think I would try it though. If I were to go to Korea, I would definitely, because then again they're the experts, and I probably would be the first one to say, okay, I haven't tried this before. Is there a way to so and so? So there's a lot of tourists that go over there. Why did I put it before? Alright, so that needs to boil for about
5 minutes. Yeah.
5 minutes, and then I'll come and put in the soup base and the vegetables. Mom says she doesn't want all purpose in it.
No, I just want the natural season that they provided.
I haven't put our blended season for a little spice.
Yeah, but I haven't blended any as yet.
Yeah. So we're just gonna have exactly how the package is.
Yeah.
It's set. Alright, so I need to take out some of the water out of mommy's. Mom, is this enough water to leave back? Or you want more out?
No, that's fine.
Alright. Ah, those darn chickens. We don't own them, but they're here. Like we own them. I can't open this already. Okay. I saw an octopus in the cover. Did they really grind
because
it and put it in there, or is it just for sure? I think it's
it is. I think they did put octopus in it. If you notice, I smell like shrimp. It really smell like seafood.
Yeah. Oh.
And when you taste it, it tastes the same way.
Yeah. That was more great.
Yes, sir.
And the colors there.
It's real colorful.
The thing is, we'll have to taste it, because the reason why I put extra stuff is because when the water is more than usual.
Yeah, I don't want any extra stuff in mine. It's fine. I like to taste the literal thing. It just give it a vibe like shrimp. And let that simmer for what? A few seconds or a minute?
Minutes. Turn up the heat. I want it to attach itself to the noodles. The noodles take on its color.
Okay. Guys, I can't. This is Jordan here, you know. Look there. It's all her hair. See? Oh my god. Your hair is like growing, right?
Thanks to you. When was it? How much years ago?
Well,
Let's start with the castor oil.
Brother Owen. I first stopped buying castor oil from Brother Owen from you were in primary school.
I think when they moved, man, there was a summer.
Yeah.
There was a summer when there was you were really busy with work. I think I had just moved, maybe a year or two in, and I was in charge of my hair.
Yeah, she was, guys.
So it shrunk.
It literally fell off. It was so bad that it couldn't catch up in one. If you catch up in one, it don't have any ends. Like if I try to plot it, it have no end. It was like bump.
And that's all I would do. All I would do is just catch it up. I would just keep
Yeah,
catching it up.
because that's when my work thing started, the sewing.
Yeah.
I started get back into sewing, and it was that summer wearing, it's back to school uniform time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after that, I said, no, man.
Just a check.
Yeah. It is. I said, no, man. And I saw, I found out that Brother Owen, he makes Jamaican black castor oil, William Owen. And I remember I went to him and he gave me a sample first. And after that sample, I stopped buying from him. So I put the black castor oil in the, what's the coconut hair oil I used to use again? Blue Magic?
Yeah.
Blue Magic coconut hair oil. I just throw some of the black castor oil in it, mix it up, and start using it in her hair. And as our hair start to progress now and grow longer and longer, see how tall it is? I start literally putting the black castor oil now at the root at her hair.
It tastes a bit weak to me.
That's how I like it. That it don't get cloudy. Yeah, thanks. Woo, shamba. Alright.
It's so good the way it is. Alright, so we're gonna just sit down and have a chat. Alright guys, so welcome to another conversation with the ladies.
The ladies.
Conversation with the ladies. Alright, so we're having a bit of eat and chill.
Eat and chat.
Eat and chat. Chill is associated with something else.
Right, so what we're having today is seafood party. It's a Korean soup, noodle. Yeah, but we're a fan of Korean soup.
Yeah, we've tried a lot of them. There's bulldog noodles. This is just a normal seafood party one. I think it's from the same company as named Samyang. We tried the red one. There's this very spicy one. We tried the carbonara one. The carbonara one is my least favorite. It's not awful, but it's my least favorite. My favorite one is the orange one and this one.
And this one. Because this one is not that spicy. It just have the right amount of pepper. Right amount of pepper into it. And
it's more about taste and flavor.
Yeah.
All of the other ones are more about spice, but I think it's the way I do them. So, first thing that we can talk about, it's coming down to summertime. It's May, but we've been feeling the heat from April? From like mid-April, so it's summertime now. Right now in Jamaica, I finished school, technically. School finished from like the first 2 weeks of May. School finished from like the last week of April, and then exam went from the last week of April to about last week or the week before. But I've had this illustration project. I'm finishing the report today. I only have like 2 things to put in there, but it's a delicate process. I finished a big part of it, so now I'm just doing the report that talks about the big project I did. So how I wish to spend my summer is to really relax until I go do some work. I hope to go back to FHC. They treated me so well. It was a really nice experience.
Yeah, so that's an internship that she did last summer. So basically, she's hoping to go back there this summer, but they have not yet started to take on any interns about in June.
Yeah, because
go ahead.
Last year, July, She called me about 2 or 3 days before. No, she called me the Wednesday, and I had to go in the Monday. The Monday was the 4th of July, so that's Independence Day for the American viewers watching. Yeah, that's your time further down. So she called me the Wednesday. She said, "Okay, get your resume." You prepared the story a lot of time, but we're going with the flow of the conversation. So I got my resume ready and I sent it to her, and I said, she said, "Okay, come in Monday morning." I came in. There was a big board meeting. Well, only about 7 or 8 of us, and we went to individual branches and all. And since then, it was really nice. I was a paid intern too. Not many people are interns and they're paid a little bit over minimum wage, which is a very good benefit and everything. So I wish to go back again, and like how I have a large. This is a very big summer for me in terms of length. Because when I went to Arden, even before Arden, I wouldn't get summer until like the last week of June. So now I am technically getting 2.5 months, 3 months. Because I think orientation, or I think you will start by the last week of August.
Because this is her first year in university, but her second semester. Second
the end of my second semester.
End of it. Oh God, this tastes so good. I don't know if you can see.
It had so much water, but like, okay, here's the thing. I made mine first, and because I like mine with a little less water, but I wanted a little bit more soup. But I put out too much water on mine, and then the noodle just suck up the water. So mommy had to loan me some of her.
I have to give her some of my soup, the liquid.
So now it's basically noodles.
But I don't mind it. It actually tastes really nice.
It's saucy, man. It's nice. And I gave some to Mikey. But we're just gonna have a little session with us. So yeah, this summer, normally how we spend our summer, how I've been spending my summer. Alright, so what was it? I think I had a real summer, like where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna plan out whatever. When it was the first summer of high school, before I went into grade 7, I think it was a few months, I was like, "Mommy, what is that show you're watching? I made subtitles, how you can read that?" And then lo and behold, after like one sitting, it was the first drama I watched with her, named what was it?
My Samson.
Wasn't it While You Were Sleeping, Man?
Oh,
that's the one I recognized.
Okay, but let me tell you that's how she gets started. But how I get started, I remember it was years ago. We were living on the same avenue down the road. And TVJ used to bring this, that's Jamaica Broadcasting.
Oh yeah, on TVJ, yeah.
TVJ, that's our local channel. It used to bring this series. It's a Korean series called My Lovely Samson. I don't
know what you said.
She was just an article Korean girl, an average Korean girl she have on weight. She wasn't skinny and petite like the others, and she was the lead. But it happened that the CEO at a restaurant, and she was a baker. She was, a baker and a chef. And she was good at her craft. They happened to fall in love, and of course people thought that it was weird because, like I said, she's just a typical girl, overweight and all, but she have a beautiful personality, and it's like she's a no-nonsense person. And you know, the CEOs of these Korean movies,
they're very arrogant. It's basically
classy and arrogant.
Almost every K-drama is either friends to lovers or enemies to lovers. No, enemies to friends to lovers.
That's what happened with them. So you find out that she was bossy and he didn't like it, and she didn't take crap, but she was in demand because of how good she was at her culinary art. So long story short, they end up together. And
which is what normal K-dramas do.
Beautiful.
But what makes it so different, well, to me, or at the time, because nowadays everybody try to be like America, but to me at the time, what made it so different with them, okay, have troubles at the start, but then in the end they get back together. It seems pretty normal and average. However, it's like the journey, because then they'll be like, meet the parents, or this friend and that friend doing such and such, or misunderstanding.
Yeah, huge classes in, and then she wasn't the high end or well traveled, educated type of girl, so it posed a big problem. So that was my first ever Korean drama.
My first one, it was the first drama I watched. It wasn't even a Korean one. It was a Chinese one. It was The Lady and the Liar. I was swept up in it.
That's nice.
There's a Korean one, but there's a Chinese one.
Oh.
And it wasn't finished yet. I was like, okay, I'm past 20. No, I'll be sleeping. I have the covers over me, just a £100 phone. mommy know what's happening though. And it was summertime, but eventually she had to be like Jordan buckled on, for school. At high school you had to, and that was 7 years ago. Oh my gosh. Nearly 8.
Nearly 8 years.
Oh.
But then after that, now both of us get caught up in the whole corner jam, and of course we bring some people along.
Yeah, Sister Malika,
Christian,
and she used to live down the road. She still live down the road.
Katie. Hi, Katie.
And you guys are Katie honey. So and then she was I think
she's just spoken current.
she knows current, so she was one of them that actually. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Just learn the alphabet and go on from there. But yeah, so for like the first 5 years of high school, every summer K-drama time. Once I couldn't even pick up K-drama during school because if I started, I had to finish it, and that would have put me in a much more problem. But nowadays, I like how it's become more accessible to everyone, and it's become more popular. But
another time we didn't know that so many Jamaicans was into K-drama.
Yeah, honestly, we're veterans. We're pioneers in our section. Because it's a trend. Oh my God, you know this. Oh my God, you know this group. I was like, been there, done that. All of this stuff is not new to me. That's the one thing I feel like I'm an expert in, and I can't just watch any and anything. So Jessica, I don't think I wonder if I got Ayana into it. I think she got into it via Netflix. Cause Netflix now is bringing in some K-drama. I recently got it last year doing work because of this drama that was coming out. It's I would give it a B+. It's cute, it's heartwarming, but once you go Lehman, who Soji sub, Lee Jung suck, Song Joong Ki, you just can't go back, I'm not saying the actors now are not doing a good job. Oh yes, and the female ones too.
Female actor. I think she's my favorite.
And there's John Ji-Hong.
Yeah.
And I tell you, they're ageless. Okay.
Yeah.
We should have a video for this only. Because here are some rules that we have for K-dramas. Mm-hmm. At first, for example, Boys Over Flowers. That's my all-time favorite. Her all-time favorite, I think, it's Ears. Mm-hmm. It's in between Ears and something else.
It's between Ears and Oh My Venus. I love me some Soul D sub. I love me some Soul D sub.
That's our top 10 right there. Mm-hmm. We could talk all day about this, honestly.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll put some recommended. In fact, everyone I talk about, I'm not going to put it up on the screen.
So that is some of the movies that, over the years we have watched. But what I want to ask you, Jordan, how has it been transitioning from, being in young teenage to a young adult? What has it really been like?
Alright, now that I've had a full school year of college, I can safely say yes, I've matured emotionally and physically and mentally, whatever. I just guess, and it's a good thing we're doing this after Sunday, because yesterday there was it was children's crusade. I'm not a child, but I was there at the media team. So there was this counseling session, and they were talking about how Christian parents should raise a child and how to deal with certain situations. Because you guys live in the world, even though you're off God, you live in the world. There's gonna be temptation, whatever. Mm-hmm. So mom, she had paragraph upon paragraph to say, basically in terms of saying like Brother was saying, you should let the child, if they're 17, let the curfew be 10 o'clock, at least 10 o'clock or the more 10 o'clock. And then I'm like, I need to leave in order to come back.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It never related to me, because I need to leave in order to come back and have a curfew. I don't leave the house at all. Which is not so much
lately.
Because of school.
As I said, not so much of.
It's not like I'm being chopped or anything. maybe I shouldn't have used that word, but honestly, I don't live in a. I wouldn't say I live in a dangerous. Every place is dangerous, but this where I live is safe. It's reasonable enough. And the only time I really go out so late, like if I'm late, if I come back home around 10 or after 9, it's either because of evening class, because there's an evening class I'd have from 6 to 9, and they just walk me home because you is right there. But I really just come home at about 10 if there's like a movie I went to. And most of the time, about half of those times, I'm either with my family or I'm with a friend or two.
And or your father coming to pick you up.
Yeah, because last year I watched 2. Obviously, I'm a Marvel girl, so I watched 2 movies. One with I did watch the first one, Doctor Strange 2 with Roshane, and then I watched Black Panther Forever alone. I wanted to watch with the family, but so and so happened. So yeah, they would just come pick me up. But other than that, the only thing they'd really talk to me about. What do you often talk to me about?
Basically, what we give you a heads up on is not to be naive to people and the new surroundings that you're going in. To be conscious, whatever you eat, and not to.
Yeah, it's more like to be careful who I'm friends with. Yeah. But the thing is, the person I'm closest to is Jessica, and. Luckily, thankfully, we're in the same faculty, so we'll see each other at least twice a week. Even on Mondays, we'll just set a time. So, okay, you have this schedule clear, I have the schedule clear. Let's just meet here and just recap and chat. And if it's not that day, it'll be the Tuesday because I have a class when she has a class or whatever. So we'll make the effort to speak to each other still. But there's other friends or associates. Not associates. There's friends I have that will just contact me. Friends of friends. But in terms of making new friends, I have made a few new friends, but they're not like close friends. 'Cause I don't believe, at this age, from what I've went through friend-wise, I don't believe in having a bunch of best friends. And even if I claim someone a best friend, it has to be a lot of years I've known them. I wouldn't say I have to know them inside and out, but they know how I say and I know how they say. And there's boundaries. There's always boundaries, and there's none of this. Like how there is some passive aggressive something. No, there's none of that. I don't know how friends survive that. I know in movies it's dramatized, but there's still some friendships that are toxic, and I don't have any of that since grade 8.
But as it relates even to her curfew, over the years, as a parent, her dad and I, we have to realize that she's not a baby anymore. So as she grows old, and she's the type of child that would tell us, look, mommy, I'm not a baby anymore now. Because for instance, when she started to travel, going places on her own, whether to, sort out her own applications for things or paying for things, I would say to her, be careful on the taxi. Taxis, make sure you don't have your earphone and being all unaware of your surrounding. What else would I say to you again? Pay attention as to who, you're amongst and those type of things. They say, mommy, I'm not a baby anymore. I know what to do. So, of course, I have to start letting go the rein and, give her that space, respect the fact that, yes, she's growing up. She's going to have to do certain things on her own. And she showed herself responsible with whatever responsibility she was given. Even out there, she showed herself responsible of how to manage herself. So, I let go a little more and a little more until it reached the point now wherein she'll have to have study sessions, maybe not mostly online, but sometimes she may have to go on campus.
I'll stay a bit longer. So, on average, literally, it's a 10-minute walk from here to you, and about 15 to where my class, the classes I go to. So I would stay up. Normally I come home around 2 o'clock, the latest 3. So if I have to say, okay, I need to help someone with this, I need to do group work, I'll be coming home 4. And the ladies have ever come home.
And she would text. You would text and say, mommy, I'm coming X time, I won't be able to read so and so. And another thing again, even movies, she have been to movies with her friends, right? And I said, who are you going with?
And it's the same people every time.
Exactly.
Every time.
What movie are you watching and whatnot, and then there are times when she come back and say, "Reach back already?" And she say, "Yeah, got a straight drive, whatever, we didn't divert to do anything, whatever." And there are other times again wherein I too will ask her to go to the supermarket or wherever to do stuff for me, and she will write her list and whatever. So I think she have her own freedom. Sometimes I'll say to her, it's just, you know what, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. And she said, Mommy, I just want to focus on my studies, I just want to do. So
I want to get it done, because like even though
it's alright.
I think I guess what I really want, I guess it's a bit cliche, but I just want to have the means to, what's the issue? It's not even money is the issue, it's the planning. Because like, my birthday is coming up and I'm like, okay, the 6th, we're not going to go grocery shopping. So I'll just either stay with you guys or just plan something for the next day to do with Jessica. I would just go around sober and just do whatever. But I remember planning this, I think it was my 18th birthday or last year, whatever. I was planning this trip, we go bowling, we go pizza, but then this person, their mother, they have to be on the weekend because so and so, they have to be at home on the weekend. This person lived that far, the pickup situation, so it got complicated. And I don't blame them, but it's like, I think it's a normal thing when planning things with friends. But what is actually funny, before COVID, your couples group, like they were so active. You would have seen that they're teenagers. Cause like they were like, okay, Jay and Mike, we're going to go bowling. I'm like, bowling? Where you gonna, you know for bowl?
Canton Spring.
Like,
we used to go so many places,
but
but
we're having so much fun.
And we need to pick back up that, guys. Yourselves. We need to start back with our couples group and push.
So at some point, so when I'm saying, okay, have fun, I'm like, man, I envy you because I'm just here at home. And and many times. When I'm with Mikey, I feel like I'm his mom at some point.
The amount of time
when I talk to Mikey. But
and
he's
then
a good boy.
I must give her props. She started babysitting from her 15 or 13.
As soon as I got into high school.
I think it was 13.
No.
First it was light, going to church, to choir practice.
Yes, I remember specifically the day Mikey was born. Obviously he had to be born for me to babysit him.
10 years apart.
Yes. So I think I was in grade 7, man. I remember coming home from school and you had to do something. That's when we were over there, down the road. And that was the first time ever let me babysit Mikey.
Yeah.
I think he must have been like 1 or 2 or no, he was 1. He was 1 going on 2. Because if I was turning 12 that year, no, he would have already been 2.
No man,
in school. So I was in grade 7 and I was babysitting.
And I think Miss Kuchana, you sure? He said, Mommy, all I'm going to do is just, if he wants something, I give to him.
Because I was actually excited because, would you ever leave me alone?
No,
I feel like
I didn't want you to leave. You're the one who taught me to and said, Mommy, it's just choir practice you're going. And I mean, Daddy's at work, so if anything, I can call Daddy if I don't get you.
But here's the thing. Did you ever leave me alone even before Mikey was born?
No.
So, you're leaving me alone for the first time and Mikey. So like, it was a good experience. That's what there are moments in my life where they're just big moments. But of recently, the biggest moment I've had in terms of adulthood or maturity was getting a job. I can't downgrade that. So last year.
No, when you got a phone too in grade 6.
No, as in recently. So yes, grade
recently.
6, the phone obviously, because right now you can't live without it.
Well, I'm stuff.
Yeah, man. Honestly, this I feel with right now. This conversation we're having, you know what it is. So, yeah, the biggest moment I've had as an adult so far is having a job last year. It was really nice, really nice. I'm really going back this year in the name of Jesus. And then the passport, getting the passport the year before. So it expired the 31st. No, I mean 2031. So I have time. Lord, just make a way, because I want to go and work and travel before I leave you. I have 2 more years, so maybe next year.
Oh yeah, work and travel. Yeah,
next
I'm
year,
happy you brought that up. So you think that you're ready, right?
When I've had a semester, I think there's certain things I've done, like I've learned at school, like in terms of the workload, I think I could manage it. Because, for example, a friend of mine, she didn't go on work and travel, but she went to work overseas as like a waitress and whatnot. And she didn't come back to school until like the second week. So the first week of school is basically orientation, getting to know the teachers, getting to know the subjects and whatever. You don't really start learning anything. You just get to know each other, learn names. So if I were to come back in the second week, my friend or so could just, people who I know are in the same degree as me, we would just text each other and update each other and whatever, as I did with other people who went on work and travel. So God's willing, next year this time, I could be in the work and our program.
Yeah, I think that would be an excellent experience for you. Yes, you need the funds to help with your tuition and everything, and whatever else you want to do for yourself. However, but I think the experience would be a good one.
Yeah, but and I've been hearing it's a lot of managerial jobs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being a wait. If I had a choice, I don't want to just be a waitress.
Man, I know you can manage them hotel things because this girl, I don't think you like to do.
I would need a thick skin.
Yeah, I don't think you're the type of person
But
who
I'm
likes to clean up after other persons. So
Yeah,
that
but
would be
people not
maybe.
saying, but
Some people
the
are.
thing with me, if I have to do it, I'll do it. There's no going around. If I'm
And
the
that's
one
the right
person
attitude.
here,
That's the right attitude.
so I would need to have the attitude every day and have a straight face.
Yeah.
Which I've been told to, because sometimes my face will be blank and they're like, Jordan, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So if I were to have that on me all the time, I guess it would be a good shield. But I don't know. That's just something you have to pray about, because that would be me going into a new space
And everything.
and who knows.
So there's this other thing I'm going to check you back on.
Mm-hmm.
No push, no nothing, but yeah, you have always been the person who said, I don't care about marriage. I don't think I want to get my career in, which is excellent. I agree. I'm not interested in getting, married at any time soon. If the Lord have it that way or changes my mind, well, but having a man is not on my mind. I'm not pushing you to get a man or anything, but because I know that's something you're passionate about, and you don't like how most teenagers your age will go, oh my God, when am I get married?
Get to the
So
question.
are you interested in getting married, and what age do you think you would want to be married?
If I didn't know her, if I put it out of context, I'll be like, I just turned 20 this year and she asked me about marriage. But
No, we actually have this conversation
many times. But I guess you want to update, since I'm turning 20. Alright, so hypothetically, finish UE, because UE is just 3 years. Let's say I go overseas and do a master's, or I get some certification, and I have a good place to live. If I'm gonna get married, I don't know if I should still be living with you. I think I would have to learn to be by myself, like solely on myself, on my own resources.
Yeah.
So you know how couples nowadays, well, I know some in Jamaica, they still live with their parents and then they get married, and I commend that. I think that is good financially. It's good support too, that people are rearing you, not really pushing you to get married, but they're helping you. You have people around you before you get married to get balance. But I think I would need to find that balance on my own. Like, I'd have to figure out, okay, once a financial thing is good, I'd have to be like, get used to being alone, because as much as I'll be like in my room and I like my company, I always have it in my mind, say, okay, mom is in the next room, and if I need to talk to someone, I can just move out, whatever. But if I were to leave and have my own place, like an apartment or whatever, because go small and get big, I would need to have a good place to live and have to feel secure in myself that, okay, this is my space. I want to get like a year or two to myself.
Yeah, experience what it is to totally be on your own, to totally manage your own affairs. And I mean that's great. If that's what you want, I would say stick by it. If that's what you want to experience, you're an adult. So yeah.
Yeah, but I never answered the question yet. I just realized. So yes, I leave home, have my own place for at least a year.
Yeah.
Then I can start thinking about marriage. And of course, if I have my own place, I'm working well, I'm doing well spiritually, everything. So by that time, maybe I'll be 28. Give myself a good 8 years.
That's nice.
Cause if I get married, I guess that year after I get married will be spent on having a kid or whatever. So
alright,
whatever.
so alright, since we're on that topic, are you the person who believes in a long engagement and like really start to know myself, getting to know you properly to see, know? Or I'm just asking. I'm not putting words in.
Okay, I'm a Christian, I'm a young girl, I'm a young woman. No, I don't feel comfortable saying woman yet. I just feel the cool,
Hallelujah.
But I'm young, and the example I have seen in you guys as a married couple, with warts and all, it's such a treasured example. It's like it's a very high standard in terms of how the outside world is with marriage. Because So the way that you guys, I've seen your marriage and I've seen the ups and downs, and I realized that that's a really good standard to have for me when I get married in terms of how you guys carry yourself mentally as a couple, as a unit, and individually when you're not together, you still act as one. You hold each other's interests and everything, and I understand it and I appreciate it, and I don't want it for myself. So apart from having like a different financial standing, of course, you want a better life for me.
Yes.
I think that if I were, maybe I would start dating with the intention of marriage. At that age, 28,
like getting to know you.
Because probably when I'm in my own space, there'll be other there's already been suitors already. Just look like I'll be meeting them for the first time.
You want to share the experience of a guy? You don't have to talk which assembly you went.
That sounds specific already.
But you don't have to talk where. But
there's already people or men. Let me be specific. Men.
It's funny, guys.
Substantially older men just saying, you're nice, you're like, I can see that you're so virtuous and so on, so you really keep yourself together, nice Christian girl. And they're Christian too, you know, but like out of nowhere, it's not the first time I've come to this assembly. But like out of nowhere, this person that says, can I give you my number and whatever. So I was shocked, I was caught off guard. Because remember, I probably said this before, I'm 19, but I feel younger.
Before that, didn't he said he needs what, counseling, and he think,
I don't know if he said he needed counseling.
He needed some,
like we should, like, it's good to focus as young people on the Lord and everything. And I feel like the Holy Spirit draw me towards you. Because during the whole service, like, well, the worshiping segment, he was in the Spirit, and you know, when you're in the Spirit, everything else just goes away. But somehow I wasn't awake, and the Holy Spirit had drawn him closer to me during that part. So we had to understand.
According to him.
According to him. And this is not just whoever, I don't know if they'll see this.
And you can talk where daddy came in.
And then that
I was busy mingling and greeting.
So like that came in like, oh God, the way that homie and daddy, I realized how we're so alike now. He came in with a Lucozade, and he was coming to greet him, or seemingly coming to greet him. So he stood up and he was passing me a Lucozade. And he just...
So he that was Cornell passing him, passing John and
I don't know how to do his face, but he was like...
He was like...
Like the Jews represent, do you need help? Like he was pushing me to do that.
He realized, he saw your expression and realized that this guy was kind of pressuring you or coming in too strong.
I wouldn't even say coming in strong,
and you weren't used to those things. Mm-hmm. So while you were there trying to be polite with this young man,
I don't want to give my number to stream.
The young man started to play some guilt card about the Holy Spirit.
He came in with that first, and then when he came in with the local, you know, Jedi man showing you don't have to give me you don't have to give me your number. That's why I said I'll give you my number. But like if he gave me. What if he gives me my number and I don't contact him? He'll find other people we know, and then what if they try to contact me about giving? You know, there was just a whole kind of worm that I didn't want to open.
Right. So she sat down.
I was just there being like, no, like.
So Cornell saw what was happening.
Yeah, I was trying to change the subject.
That's her dad, for all our new subscribers who are just coming in. Her dad saw what was happening. But her dad ministered that day within the service.
So everybody know him as minister, came up for minister.
Right, he ministered that day, the word. So when Cornell now, which is her dad, my husband, came up and handed her a drink and give her the eye, but that eye was to say, are you okay? Can you handle it?
He was like, and you know him totally smile. Like he'll smile his face up, but his eyes were like
saying 100 words. So when he
my
sat
eyes
down,
was like.
So when he sat down now and he greeted the young guy that was still there talking, hoping to talk to you.
The young guy started to get over.
The young guy now realized, like he was said, oh hell.
Oh, the minister daughter.
Oh hell, this is Mr. Lee's daughter. I gotta get the hell out of here. So the guy just
say, okay, praise the Lord.
Praises and take away himself.
Because at that point, I was saying, I don't want to, as much as I can tell that you're nice, whatever, I don't want to give my number to people, and I don't just take people.
And I mean, that will happen, and daddy won't be there all the time. Yeah. Like I was saying to her, I think you handled the situation in the beginning great, and daddy won't be there all the time to intervene and let his presence be felt. So as we were saying to her, you know, if such a situation happen again, with chances are it will, because you're a beautiful young woman and you will be approached. But if you're in a situation where someone is coming on too strong, as we were saying to her, she can just be a little more assertive and say, okay, nice to meet you, but excuse me, I gotta run.
But that's
you
the
don't
thing.
have to be polite all the way if you're uncomfortable.
That's the thing. In the moment, I wasn't sure if he was putting a move on me. I thought he was generally be, like how there'll be evangelists.
Conversation.
There'll be evangelists. So I thought he was literally saying just to be in touch as like a young, But it went into a direction. I was like, okay, this is about personal injury. It's not no interest in God.
Are you gonna tell somebody about the Holy Spirit directed me to you? Feel look you.
There must be one of the biggest.
Have a better line than that.
The biggest plays. The biggest, what do you call it, lines for any Christian.
It was funny though, we had a good laugh.
Anyway, and even if the person sees this, not any harm, no foul. I'm just pretty young, I'm inexperienced. That's like an encounter that I've never had before. So it's not to bring any animosity. I'm not trying to joke.
No man, it was just her experience.
This is my perspective of our conversation.
Alright, so Jordan and I, Michael, we grow our children that whatever the situation, whatever the climate, to come to us and talk with us. That's something that her dad and I, Cornell and I, were big on from ever since they were kindergarten stage, from babies. And I'm happy that the Lord has given us the wisdom and help us to continue on that path. So no matter what it is, they're going to come to us and they're going to tell us, and if they need our advice, they will ask. Already, if they don't need our advice, they will tell us. But even, I was doing revision with Michael, and Michael, out of the blue, he said, Mommy, I want to say something to you, but don't feel anyway. So I said, what is it, son? He said, Mommy, I don't like when you tell me what to do. And I started to laugh. I said, what? He said, what do you mean by Michael? Michael said, when I'm studying, I don't like when you tell me to read this and to read that and no. So I said, but Michael, that is how you learn. I said, you're a child and that is how you learn. But I let him know I understand what you're saying and I understand why you might feel that way. But as your mom, I will have to encourage you and push you to do things that are not so comfortable, but it's for your best. And he said, okay. So we Jordan from a young teenage age, Jordan would say, Mommy, I'm not a child and na. And I understand that, so I have to adjust myself as so, and according to the situation as well, and deal with them, let them know that okay, I hear you and you can trust me and whatever. So thank God that have been growing. So the point I'm trying to make, I remember also she was at Liganing in either late or early last year at the bank, Scotia bus stop, and this guy touched down in a Chris car or whatever, this man. And she came home and she said, oh Mommy, I just have something to share with you.
Scotia bank bus stop.
I have to share it with you because it's something.
I was in my uniform.
Yeah, so, and she was at Arden. I think you were in upper 6, so it was last year. It was last year?
Upper 6, upper 6, grade 13.
And she said, Mommy, I don't know, I don't understand these men. I'm in my uniform. And this man,
I don't sound this way. This is her perspective. This is her way of saying it.
So she said, Mommy, first of all, he's a big man. So I said, what did he look rugged? He's an old man.
And no, fair skin.
He's fair skin. He's fair to look up on. But that's not the point. That's beside the point, Mommy. Because I wanted to get an image of what was happening. So she said, this man pull up in his car. And what did he say? Hello, young lady. Can I give you my number?
Hello, sweetie.
Speak in the camera.
I don't remember.
Something like, hello,
I'm getting flashing images. Hello, sweetie. Like, you want my number? You want a ride? Or I don't know specifically, but he was like. He was like, I got your number, that you're very sweet and everything. I'm at the bus stop. You don't know me. I'm just a kid waiting on the bus. Not even a taxi, taxi. But all of a sudden, you look very sweet. How long have you been looking at me for that? You look very sweet.
Check out.
You look very nice. Can I give you my number? Just be of service. I'm like, what kind of service?
So what was your response?
I was like, no, not interested. I think that was when I was really stern. I'm on the road, nobody don't know me for sure. At least I'm not in church where like, if I have to protect myself, I can. Well, not really. I don't know any current. I just know where to hit. Not really. But I'm on the road, so if anybody sees someone try to attack me, I can be like ready. In church, I'm supposed to have my guard up. I'm with like-minded people.
I can understand if you didn't have on your uniform.
But but he's in a car. The car crisp too, you know. It's like one of them Toyota.
I think you're frightened, but
no, but he was like
you're
really
not frightened.
I think he was looking. I don't know why the word baby sugar daddy keep coming up in my head. I don't know if he said it or if that's the idea that I got when he just drove towards me. But I was like this guy was really looking to be a sugar daddy or really want to kidnap the blood of Jesus. What if it wasn't me and somebody else?
Yeah,
and
you
they
have
fell for
the
that?
ladies that would have been enticed, but that's why the Bible said to grow up the child in the way they should grow.
Like,
and when they grow old, not to call you a child, but because then you weren't even a child.
I
Really.
wasn't even. I think I was.
You were
18.
in upper six, so
no, I was 19. No, I never turned 19. I just turned 18.
You just turned 18. So, you know, and then you have a big body, you have a nice shape. So they look at that instead of anything else.
Yeah, so if I'm in normal clothes, I can see how I can pass for 20 something. But I'm in my uniform. It's not even like I had the bag in front of me. I was like full on, man, this bag is heavy, the bag is put it. So I don't even look like...
They don't care. So you have to know what you're about. And hence, that is why you have some parents wherein they took longer to let go the range.
Mm-hmm.
But like they were saying in church yesterday, that's why you have to let go the range, allow the teenagers at the stage that they're at to grow and know how to operate on their own with guidance.
Yeah.
Because when you hold on too tight in a situation like that, you have some girls that would have took the offer to the opportunity and then you know what happened.
So in a strange sort of way, I'm kind of glad it was me and he got that response.
Yeah.
Honestly, this couldn't me deterring him or me saying no. It doesn't mean that he couldn't do that to somebody else.
Right.
But at the time, because I am of a certain understanding and maturity and mental awareness, be like no, and I literally carry myself in a way to just literally reject him and whatever, and I'm safe. I'm glad it was me at the time to be like no, and it wasn't somebody else who was in a lesser state than me. Because right there in a public area, as much as you'll be at the bus stop, you'll be like nobody can hurt me. Anybody can just physically.
As a big man though, he should have some sort of morals because you're in your uniform. It's not hard to see that you're in your uniform, but it just goes to show what's happening
Men
out
just
there.
don't care,
you know.
Cause like, I think I've been pretty chubby since kindergarten. It was only
you have a wide hip.
That didn't come in like that wasn't very definitive until grade 7.
Yeah.
Cause remember.
Yeah,
no, but
you were all-in-one. In primary school, you were all-in-one till you start to get your shape at 12.
Yes, all-in-one. I said I'm calling it all-in-one.
Yeah, when your belly big, your belly never flat.
Yeah,
your belly never separate
right
hourglass.
So the shape coming and everything. So it wasn't until then the cat calling starts. And even that, at some point, whenever, I think the first time I saw, I think it was around the community. It's when I tell mom and dad.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I was crying. Maybe I was crying.
I sent you to the shop to fetch something when you were much younger. You were in primary school, in your latter years of primary school.
Yeah.
And you came home and you said, oh, this is so gross. And I said, what's the matter? He said, this crazy, what? This big grey bug man was calling after me on the road. And this man was calling after me on the road. And, you know, I think that's when we have that talk. And I spoke to your father also. Your father wanted to go up to the road because we're living down on the same avenue on the same hand.
But I think I was going by
apartment.
Trevor. I was going by Trevor.
Yeah, you went by Trevor and
on the way there.
Yeah, and your father wanted to go out there. And I said, no, that's stupid. Don't make sense to go and look and see who was calling after your daughter. What we need to do now is to sit her down and let her know this is the time.
Yeah, because I had I think I was just in shock.
Yeah, you didn't
because when I came to you, I wasn't even crying until I started to recall it and how scared I felt.
That's true, you have that at the time. And I was like that when I was
much more like, I don't know, I was more of like a white page. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, because you were just, I think it was your final year in grade 5 to go to grade 6.
Probably around that time. Around
those times. But you have, when you reach certain age, come into change over to age 12. Going towards 12, you start to get, your tummy became flatter and your hips wide and, you know, you start to get shapy. So that's where, you know, Jamaican men, they just want to see the bottom and the waist and all of that, and they started.
I don't really know what's stopping them. I guess
I know it's everywhere. and you understood.
A separate talk.
Yeah. You know, and then after that we have other talks, and then so
that's the thing. As you get older, there's just more talk. You talk less about school. Okay, school in the sense of
interrelational skills.
Yeah, it's more about social skills than like you need to do this in order to do that. I already understand I need to put in hard work to get to this place.
And she have always been no, I'm cutting.
No.
She have always been disciplined in her studies.
Yeah.
And all of that. So where she needed most guidance to know what to expect and the transition of the years and the age and all of that was mostly how to interact with others. And to react with others. So
and most of the time, especially mostly in high school, most of the time if my grades falter, it was because I like this person and that person, and like, emotionally I would not be okay. Because every time when I'd be so sympathetic, I would turn empathetic, and like, whenever them have a mood, I would have to take on that mood too. And so even certain friends, I'd have to just close off myself or just stop being friends with them because they're that influential to my well-being. So.
And that is why as parents, being it's child month and everything, even though you're not a child, but you have been a child coming, you understand? So with all of those things, there are times when we'll have talks wherein even with friends may even do certain things, and we'll have to reason and say, all right, you know, I know it's the first time you're experiencing this, but you have to go through it because you're coming into a world where when you go out in the workforce, you're going to work amongst people who will be like this. Some of them will be your friends, but they will also change and start to react certain ways. So I would say to her that you're learning how to deal with others, and it all starts now from as young as primary school. Those things started to happen wherein you have good friends, you started to excel in certain things, so there comes a little jealousy, there comes a little acting out there, and it carries over and over because it's life. You understand?
When I was the first time I had the biggest crush on someone, I think maybe I had a crush in kindergarten.
We did a video too.
But the farthest one I could remember was primary school.
Oh, Malik.
Those are the full names.
Yes, Lord.
I don't know if I'll see you ever again, but whatever. Yeah, like that was like the longest crush I had. I had that crush up until like grade 5. And then I had another crush. But anyway, there's been many crushes. That's why now in college,
you know what to do, and you know how to.
Because I've been at the stage where just the thought of like of them liking me makes you feel happy, and I that's not something that you shouldn't give too much power to someone else at such a young age. So it's not like I've closed myself off of boys or men. Cause even shows up like, oh my god, that guy is so cute, I'm gonna watch it because of that guy. That's the way I kind of entertain it. Cause like I can't do it. I don't want to ever put myself in a position where I like someone, we get too close, and boundaries pass. And even though honestly consent is consent, and that should always be asked first before doing anything. I don't want the guy. I don't want the guy to be so close that he can think, so, okay, I can just do whatever.
Right.
So as much as saying no is when that should be like the last defense when somebody trying to put themselves on you. You don't want to put yourself in a position because just gesticulation nowadays make people think that you're into
you are your brand. You are your brand. So you have to hold yourself at a high standard and walk and live accordingly, and that's what we have been telling you from primary school up and now. You have to let people know that this is my brand. I'm not common, and not everybody can rush in and rush out, and so you have to set the standard and live by your standard so others can follow. You know, so that's basically that.
Well, this was a big one. we soon reach an hour. You know. But this is how these conversations go with us. Like they can just go on, but it's always fruitful. It's always a nice memory to have. We always talk about something that is really current in our life. Like you may not see us going out to certain place or whatever. And I'm not that type of person, but like, I'll go here and here. But I observe, and from what I observe, I understand how the road not taken would be like. So right now I'm choosing to focus on my studies. After all that, if the Lord permits it and the world is still here and I'm still here, then I can be like, okay, who's the love of my life and stuff like that. I just
can't do whatever.
Because I'm a very determined person, so whatever I put my energy into, there's going to be there's going to be an end result, whether positive or negative. And right now I'm trying to make it as positive as possible. I'm not saying that finding someone to fall in love with or love is a negative thing. It can be detrimental to a person who's not ready for it, and I don't think I'm ready for it.
True. Yes, so with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Thank you to all our new subscribers.
Yes, over the weekend.
Yes,
we got like 7 in space for a few hours. Thank you.
Welcome to the Lee family. And if it's the first time you're watching, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you have subscribed already, remember to still like and share with your family and friends and help us to reach 1,000 subscribers.
We're gonna do a big. I tell you, that video is gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be a big celebration.
Before the end of this year, we're at 400. Well, at the time of this recording, we're at 462.
We're grateful.
Very grateful.
And
Thank you.
we're happy for all our subscribers. You're all family, and we love you guys.
So this was conversation with the ladies, the Lees. But this was, I think, if this comes back, we could just have a little tagline. So conversation with the ladies. Lee ladies?
Lee ladies.
It can workshop. We will workshop it. But this was fun. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.